After another lengthy break, Melee is once again getting another major tournament. Battle of BC7 is happening this coming weekend in Vancouver, Canada. This event has 8 of our 2024 top 10 plus Wizrobe coming off a 3rd place at Genesis, Sunsei, Spark, Axe, and even the rare Leffen appearance. This tournament is definitely very close to Super Major status, which, speaking of Super Majors, there's a confirmed Super Major the weekend immediately after this event at Full Bloom 2025, which I'll make a separate video on, so subscribe so you don't miss that. The seating is as follows: 1. Zane, 2. Cody, 3. Hbox, 4. Mango, 5. Moki, 6. Jmook, 7. Wizrobe, and 8. Joshman. There are also several heavy hitters right outside of top 8, being Axe, Amsa, Leffen, Spark, Aura, Fiction, and Sunsei in that order. Shoutouts to OG Kid and Salt in Your Eye, 2 of my friends both seeded to make top 64, with OG Kid at 26 following his 4th place finish at the New York Regional, Salt the Roads beating Holiday and Agent, and Salt in Your Eye at 62nd after his incredible upset against Crudo last month at Genesis. Zane has a very straightforward path into top 8. Realistically, nobody in his path is beating him before Winterside top 8, as he has to play Joshman and Nunn, neither of which Zane has ever lost to outside of when he's playing secondaries and at the off-season. Cody has a much less straightforward path into top 8. In Winners Top 32 he plays Sunsei, who he got reverse 3-0'd by in the same round at this same event last year. Combined with having Wizzy in Winners Quarters, who as previously stated just got 3rd at Genesis, and Cody's overall inconsistent recently, it's tough to say he's guaranteed a spot in Winners Top 8. Hbox also has a noticeably harder path than Zane, with him having to beat Fiction, who I think Hbox definitely has in the bag, in Jmook, and while the Puff Sheik matchup is often told to be heavily in Puff's favor, their last 4 encounters have all gone to Jmook. However, this is a new Hbox, a Genesis champion Hbox. Combine that with them not having played since Warehouse War 4 at the end of July, it could definitely go in either player's favor. Mango is still in a very weird spot. He had a pretty good Genesis but got dead last at Nouns Invitational, DQ'd from Don't Park, and 33rd at Luminosity. However, I think that it just depends on how hard Mango is willing to try. He has Moki in Winners Quarters, and even if he wins that, he has to beat Zane in Winners Semis. It's tough, but you should know the drill by now. Never sleep on the kid. Moki is the 5th seed, and he has a lot to prove following his win at Don't Park. Considering he lost his next 2 majors, he did however top 8 both of them. This tournament is a chance for Moki to prove his Don't Park win wasn't a Mickey Mouse run, and silence everyone saying it is, especially since he would almost certainly have to beat Zane to win this tournament, who he has never beaten. Jmook is probably the most inconsistent player right now, trailing only Mango. He won Nouns Invitational before immediately getting 13th at Genesis. This tournament is a chance for him to prove he can win these absurdly stacked brackets. If he can get past some of the lower members of the top 20, he's proven he can take majors. Joshman has a very tough path. Axe in Winners Top 32 into Zane, who he's never beaten into Amsa in Losers. Joshman has an abysmal 1-3 record on Amsa, and the one win is from Gommel 2022, so it's not super likely Joshman makes top 8. His best hope is if Sunsei beats Amsa in Losers Top 16. Wizrobe is our final top 8 seed, with him having to go through OG Kid, Amsa, and Cody to make Winner's Side top 8. All 3 of these players could give him a run for his money, however I do think he'll be OG Kid and probably Amsa. They haven't played since 2023, but Amsa historically does struggle with Falcon, and Wizzy is of course the best of the best. Wizzy will probably lose to Cody, as Wizzy hasn't beaten Cody offline since 2019. He then plays his long-standing rival Axe for top 8 Losers side. Their lifetime head-to-head is 8-9 in Axe's favor, and both sets they played last year went to Game 5, with both of them taking 1. It's pretty much a 50-50, and it just comes down to who's playing better at that moment. Top 8 Losers Round 1 is projected to be Joshman vs Moki and Jmook vs Wizrobe. How I see it is, even if Amsa does beat Joshman to make top 8, he still almost certainly loses to Moki, with Moki's dominant lifetime head-to-head. Jmook vs Wizrobe on the other hand, if Jmook beats Hbox in Winners Quarters, then Hbox might just lose to Wizzy. However, we did see Hbox start to put the pieces together against Wizzy at Genesis, so he can still take it. And if Jmook is the one in Losers, he will probably just recreate their set at Plat fight, which was a swift 3-1 for Jmook. Winner's side is projected to be Hbox vs Cody and Zane vs Mango. HBox Cody is a tricky one, as HBox is probably much more motivated to grind following his Genesis win, and they've gone to Game 5 in all of their last 4 sets. That set can definitely go either way, but I still have my money on Cody to take that one. Mango versus Zane is a tale as old as time at this point, with two of arguably the best sets ever having both of these players at the Big House 9 and Smash Summit 11. The head-to-head is definitely skewed in Zane's favor, and Mango only took one set last year, and that was when Zane hadn't been practicing at all. It's tough to say anything, then Zane will win that set. Losers Quarters is projected to be HBox versus Moki and Mango versus Jmook. Again, I feel like both of these sets could go either way. HBox versus Moki's head-to-head was 2-3 in Moki's favor last year, and Jmook versus Mango's 1-2. So both matchups are very close. However, with the two final gods seeming powered up following their Genesis runs, I think they both have the better chance at taking those sets. This would make our top 4 the same as it's seeded, with Cody and Zane in winners and Mango and HBox in losers. HBox has beaten Mango in every set they've played since Tipped Off 15 back in June, and all 3 of the sets since then have had convincing wins for HBox, with Mango only taking a single game between all 3 of them. Cody and Zane haven't played since Riptide over half a year ago now. Historically, their sets are either blowouts from one side or down to the wire last stock Game 5. However, I do think Zane will take it with how amazing his consistency has been recently, especially against Spaceys. But nothing's really new there, and Cody has demonstrated in the past that he does have what it takes to be an optimized Zane. Cody versus HBox in losers finals could definitely go either way, just like in winners semis. However, I do think the clutch factor would help HBox clutch up and make it to grand finals against Zane for an HBox Zane grand finals. I feel like this matchup would either go down to the wire with HBox barely clutching it, implementing aggressiveness from their wavelength set where HBox is just a few frames away from 3-1ing Zane, or it's just a blowout and Zane destroys HBox 3-0. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching to the end, and I just want to apologize for the lack of uploads. I'll try to increase the volume and quality of my uploads, and expect another predictions video next week for Full Bloom 2025, so make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss that when it comes out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.